What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This Shohei Ohtani story it's going different directions. Obviously, it is on the internet. There's conspiracies. There's he's innocent. There's he's guilty. Manfred is sweeping under the rug. I don't know what to think. So, story came out obviously a couple of days ago, and we covered it that his interpreter was betting a bunch of money. The first story that came out was he paid $4.5 million in one transaction to pay off the debt. A couple of hours later, his lawyers came out and said that wasn't true. He stole the money. You could see that in the video of the day of that game that they were laughing and having a good time. And then he addressed them right after that game. And now the story coming out said Otani was confused and just taken aback and had absolutely no idea about any of it. So there's been like 3 different stories, different sides. Now, I don't know. He's got a ton of money. I completely get that. Now, this is the thing. He has a ton of money. He obviously made a huge contract. He's got all these endorsements. He's the face of baseball. He is the face of baseball right now. So, on one hand, should he be looked at, investigated? Yes. They already came out and said they are not investigating him, which is absolutely asinine on top of it. But on the other hand, if he's the face of baseball, they can't take another scandal because they're losing viewership. They're trying to get more fans into the game, making stupid rule changes, but neither here nor there. And they won't discipline him. And Manfred is known to sweep stuff under the rug. The Astros, no one got in trouble for that. Back on the steroids, if you go watch, there is a documentary on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called right now. It's about the steroids, and he was a little fishy back then. But yeah, so now this is not my opinion, or this is not fact. I'm not accusing him. I'm just stating what we found online. So you can back this up by comparing it online. But this came out today. It's gaining some traction, so I wanted to cover it a little bit. So we are looking at a Twitter account by @Timmy_smokes. Did Otani throw games? So, July 22nd, 2022, a bet of $1 million was placed for the Atlanta Braves to score over 6.5 runs against the Angels, parlayed with the Braves minus 3.5. The bet was placed with a bookie in Shohei's hometown. The pitcher for the Angels that day, Shohei Ohtani. The stats for Shohei that day were as followed: 6.1 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk. At the plate, you ask, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Was he throwing games? I'll let you decide, is what he said. Now, if he was throwing games, this would be the biggest baseball story of all time. This blows Pete Rose out of the water, okay? Now, again, this is what we're seeing on Twitter. Again, it's Twitter. I completely understand. But we'll continue with it. July 4th, 2023, America's birthday. A bet was placed in the same hometown with the same bookie for $4.2 million on the over for the Padres' run total. Guess who was pitching? You guessed it, show fraud. 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs while going 0 for 3 at the plate. Not even 10 days later, a $10 million bet was placed. Same bookie, same town, a parlay with $2,500 odds. Astros minus 1.5, Astros over 6.5, Shohei over 4.5 runs allowed, Shohei under 6.5 Ks, game total over 11.5. Shohei's line for that day, 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 earned runs while allowing 2 home runs. Shohei went 2 for 5 at the plate. The extra motivation to make that over cash really helped. Now, whether or not these are true, it's out there. I don't see how MLB does not at least investigate. Now, I'm not saying what Timmy Smokes is saying is correct. He said an inside source from the Braves, a Braves employee. I don't understand what that has to do with anything, but there's something else to the story that we're not getting. There's no way he didn't know about it, then he knew about it, he helped pay off the gamble, now he can't, he has no clue, and they're sending it over to the authorities. On top of that, after the game in South Korea, at his locker, they blockaded his locker around. He came out, said he wasn't going to talk, and then he was ushered out of the game. If this was any other place, any other team, can you imagine if this was Aaron Judge? Can you imagine if this was Mike Trout? If this is Mookie Betts? If this is Acuna? If this is Freddie Freeman? I mean, any of the big names right now. If this was Tatis, he would be lambasted on the spot. Yes, he did steroids or whatever he did. I get that. This has implications. Whether or not this is true or not, I don't know. The fact that they have already said they're not going to investigate, I don't see how they don't investigate this. My question is, what do you think is going on? Do you think, and there was someone was like, he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to gamble. He doesn't need the money. Gambling is an addiction. It's the thrill, okay? It doesn't matter how much money you have, you always want more, and that is true for everybody and everything. The more you have, the more you want. So even if he $700 million contract, it doesn't matter. He's gambling. He's got money to throw away. I don't know if it's true. I'm very curious to see where this goes. My question to you is, what do you think MLB will do about this? Do you think he actually did it? What do you think the true story is? People are going to say, oh, it's conspiracy theory. It was his translator. We don't know. You were not there. You don't know. So I'm very curious where this goes. I think they still need to investigate. There's no way they cannot investigate this after everything that's coming out. So my question is, do you think he's guilty? Do you think he did it? Do you think he knew about it? Or is Shohei Ohtani completely innocent? Tell us down below.